Welcome to your yoga practice. In this practice, we are going to do a quick series of poses that can help with lower back tension. Now, I say can help because lower back tension can be caused by a myriad of things. So it's difficult to find the perfect prescription for all things lower back tension, right? But usually what does help is to stretch the muscles around the hips and strengthen the lower back. So we're going to focus on those two things, but I want to encourage you to let pain be your guide. So pay attention to how the poses are feeling, and if they hurt, then stop. All right, so if you're ready, we're going to meet on the yoga mat. Let's begin lying down. Coming all the way down, keeping the knees bent, feet flat on the floor, arms out to the side. We're going to start off with a little Setu Bandha Sharvangasana or bridge pose. And this is a really nice one for waking up the backside of the body and beginning to strengthen the muscles on the backside, especially in the glutes. So bringing your arms out, you're going to tuck your arms out to the side. So you're resting on the outside of your upper arms. Press through the feet and just take a moment to notice if you're pressing through all 4 points of the soles of the feet. The tendency in this pose is to rock to the outer edge and let the knees tip out. We don't want to do that. So press down through the feet. Then push into the feet isometrically, like pushing toward your head to draw your tailbone under. And hopefully what you'll feel is the glutes engage and the back of your thighs, your hamstrings. That's what we want to feel. Then very slowly come up. You may bring those arms under a little bit more as you go. And pay attention to the body. You don't want the neck to start to feel too tight. And very slowly come down. And release. And we'll do that again. Push into the feet. Draw your tailbone under. Scoop up. Feel the back side of the body engaging. And slowly release. And again, come on up. We're warming up these muscles and just beginning to strengthen them as well. And come on down. Now let's do one more. Draw the tailbone under, press into your feet, scoop the tailbone up. Feel the glutes and the buttocks and the back of the thighs engage. Come all the way up. And then release and come down. And bring your right knee up into your chest. Give it a quick hug. And then extend the leg up. Hold behind the thigh if you can reach. It's okay to have a little bend in the knee. Bend the leg and straighten as far as you can. We're just going to warm up our hamstrings here a little bit. One more, and just hold that extension. Find the stretch in through the hamstring. Relax your shoulders. Breathe. Tension in the hamstring often affects the lower back, so this is a good one to work on. And then release. Cross the right ankle over the left knee and draw your left knee up and over the chest. Relax your shoulders and breathe. And then release and change sides. Draw your left knee up into your chest. Give it a quick hug. And then extend the leg. Hold on behind the thigh if you can reach. And then bend and straighten. Just warming up the other hamstring here. And then hold. Feel the stretch into the hamstring. Relax your shoulders. And then release. Cross the left ankle over the right knee and bring your right knee up. Getting into the hip here. Relax your shoulders. Breathe. And then release. Uncross the legs. Roll over to your side. Push yourself up. Come up onto all fours. Coming into your table. Walk the hands out a little bit. Bring your knees back. Press the palms. In extended child's here, you're going to reach those hips up. As you come back, press through your palms. Arms are nice and straight. You're just getting nice and long through your spine. Coming back up, step your right foot up between your hands and release the hips forward. So we're getting a nice stretch to the front of the hip. Another spot that can get tight and affect our lower backs. Breathe. Moving into ragdoll, step your back foot up. Wide stance here, so wider than you would for Tadasana. Start with your elbows on your knees and begin to feel yourself fold forward, letting the shoulder blades move up toward your head, letting the back muscles move up toward your head. All of those muscles are releasing up. Breathe. And you can stay here or take your fingertips to the floor. And if you do so, make sure that your belly is resting firmly on your thighs. And again, you can stay here. If you want to go deeper, you're going to grab the elbows, and now the weight of the arms will pull the shoulder blades down. Breathe. And then release. Hands come down. Lunge to the other side. Step your right foot back. Drop your knee and release the hips forward as you lift up. Feeling broad across the heart. Feel your breath in your belly. And then release that front leg to bring it back. Moving into extended child's, press the palms, hips come up, coming down. Nice extension through your spine. And then come on up and come forward, bringing your chest between your thumbs. We're going to lower down into grasshopper. So elbows go straight back. They hug your ribs as you come down. And then release all the way down. Let's work on strengthening the back a little bit. Shalabhasana. So the first thing I want you to do is extend your legs, like get long through them, and rest in the middle of your knee, in the middle of the top of your foot. If you were to relax, your heels would drop out to the side and you'd roll to the outer edge of the knee. Probably. We want to get right in the middle. And you're going to press the tops of the feet down lightly and feel that engagement in the base of the buttocks. We're already doing some work, but this should help pull it out of your lower back at least a little. So if you have lower back tension now, if you're feeling that tightness and that discomfort, this should help. Then bring your hands back by your hips. Palms are up. Roll the shoulder blades back and down. Squeeze those shoulders in as you lift the arm, and just pause. Notice how you're feeling. If you feel that tension in your lower back, then see if you can adjust. See if you can, draw your belly in a little bit, or if you can press the tops of the feet a little bit more. Sometimes that can help pull it out of the back. If you can go further, you're going to lift the arms and the torso up a little. Feet stay down. They're staying pressing into the floor. Roll the shoulder blades back and down. Keep those shoulder blades moving in and down. And then release and come down. Keep those legs engaged. So you're not going to relax the legs, just the upper body. And let's do it again. Roll the shoulder blades back and down. And just lift your arms. Feel those shoulder blades move in toward each other and down toward your feet. Check in with the back. If you're still feeling solid, lift the arms and the torso a little bit more. Keep breathing. And then come on down. We're going to do one more. Roll the shoulder blades back and down. Lift the arms up. Feel that action in the shoulder blades. And then torso and arms come up. Breathe. If you're feeling really good, this time add the legs. Bring them up. And then lift everything a little bit more. And then release. And come all the way down. Bring your hands up underneath your head. And now relax the legs. Let the heels drop out if that's what they do naturally. Let your head come down. And just take a few breaths. You can rock your hips side to side. See how that feels. Feel your breath in your belly. Bring your hands up underneath your shoulders, tuck your toes. Roll the shoulder blades back and down as you press up into table and back into extended child's. Get nice and long. Just feel that nice stretch. Breathe. And then coming up, we're going to go back down to the floor. Shift forward, get your chest right between your thumbs, elbows come straight back, coming down and release. We're going to do one final stretch for around the hips like we've been doing. And we're going to do the quadriceps. So resting on your left forearm, you're going to bend your right leg and reach around and grab onto the foot. If you can't reach the foot, you can grab your pant leg. If you can't reach that, just grab a strap and wrap it around your ankle and use the strap. Press the hip hinge down, that hip point, as you draw your right heel into the buttock. Breathe. And release. Change sides. Left leg bends, reach around with your left hand, grab on, gently press the heel in toward the buttock. And release. Bring your hands back up underneath your shoulders. Press up onto all fours again. This time we'll move into full child's. So round your spine and come all the way back. Hands back by the feet. Let your shoulder blades fall apart as you completely release. Breathing into your back body. And then come on up. Hopefully your back feels a little bit better. Maybe you've identified what is limiting your back, because that's very helpful as well. We are going to do a quick Savasana because I want to say a few words about what to do here for your back to help you get more comfortable. So grabbing your blanket, coming on down, just have it handy. Start by bringing your knees up into your chest and just letting your back relax into the floor, letting your shoulders relax and the tension around your neck and your jaw. Just let yourself release. And then extend your legs and test how it feels. Now you may find after what we just did, there is a chance that your lower back may not bother you at all. There's also a chance that it'll start to bother you as you go through. The more you relax into Savasana, the more the back can start to irritate you. Or you may find it's still there. You want to feel perfectly comfortable in Savasana. And it is okay if you're in Shavasana, because I say if it feels good, stay. Just test it and see how you feel. If you start to feel that tension kick in during Shavasana, or if you're feeling it now, you're going to grab a blanket. It's okay to do this in the middle of Shavasana. You're going to grab a blanket, put it up underneath your thighs. Not underneath your knees, but under your thighs, like tucked right up at your sit bones. You can always add another one if you need to. And if you're still feeling that tension in the lower back, you're just going to bend the knees and drop the knees in. And let yourself relax. You want to feel good in Shavasana. And I often find with lower back tension, people are so used to having it, they don't think about it. I want you to think about it and work on getting yourself to a place that feels comfortable, or at least more comfortable. All right, so find your Shavasana. Take your breath into your belly. And just begin to relax and release. Feel your breath in your belly. And let go. Melt into the floor. And enjoy your Shavasana. Begin to bring your awareness back, moving at your fingers and your toes, bending your knees, and bring them up into your chest. Release that back a little bit just in case. Roll to one side and push yourself up with your top hand. Come into Sukhasana or any comfortable seated position. Take a breath. Hopefully you feel a little bit better. And if not, at some point during the practice, you may have identified what affects your back even more, which is good information to have. So if you want more, if you want to study with me, I have an online studio. You're welcome to come join me. Your first class is free. Link is below, and I'll see you in the next video.